Well, Reuben, a new club in your career, a new beginning. How do you feel about joining Cheltenham Town?
As always with somewhere coming to somewhere new, quite excited. Want to sort of like get the boots on, as it were, and joining with new lads, meet the new lads. Obviously, I've met all the staff and the coaching staff and stuff, and yeah, just generally excited that there's another new challenge in my career.
Yeah, a new challenge at the Johnny Rock Stadium. Why have you chosen Cheltenham Town as that challenge for you?
To be honest with you, the manager's played a massive factor in it. The logistics of the club as well, with my home life, obviously ties in to what I want to do in my career at this stage. But mainly, I would say the manager, the way he spoke and the amount of ambition he showed in terms of speaking to me and wanting to get me here was why I wanted to do it.
Yeah. What do you feel? Perhaps when you're out on the pitch, you feel you're going to bring to this team, but perhaps also as a character in the change room as well.
In terms of my football, I believe, at this level, I've been a competent goal scorer over the last few years. I've sort of been right up there with a nucleus or batch of players who scored the most goals at this level, and I'm right up there with a couple of others, over a sustained period of time. But in terms of general play, I like to take the ball in, always show for the ball and stuff, score goals, assist, and generally just lead the line well, and just be a threat on the pitch. Obviously now I'm sort of, I'll be one of the older lads in the change room, and wow, that's flown by, to be honest. But yeah, here I am at that stage, and I think I'm always someone that lads can turn to, and I'm easy to talk to, and I'm willing to help, and I'll be pretty much a team man. So when the team is doing well, then everyone's enjoying things.
Yeah, looking back on your career, you've played for some really good clubs up and down the country. Some of those big clubs like your Rotherham United and your West Bromwich Albions must have been all fantastic experiences throughout your career. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, I can take a lot. It's been a long journey, and I can take a lot from all the places I've been at. Obviously Rotherham, contrasting towns, contrasting cities, as opposed to living up north and then down south. And then obviously with West Brom and Plymouth, the standard and the levels of football. Plymouth, the first time round, obviously it was a very good championship side. I can take a lot from it, and it's all helped and added to things which have aided my football career.
Yeah, you mentioned Plymouth there. A lot of your success has come in the southwest, also representing the likes of Yeovil and Exeter City as well. Yeah. Is that success obviously a big part of your career? Sort of reputation you built for yourself, and also has it been quite good to have that sort of success nearer home?
Yeah, I think, being at home is probably one of the main factors of why, of that success in things. I'm a homely person, and my family is of utmost importance to me, and it's just generally feeling comfortable. I mean, everybody says, if you look at the clubs I've signed for, it's generally been Southwest clubs, and there's always been a reason behind that. I mean, I've had opportunities, to pretty much go elsewhere, back up north, but entirely would that make you happy as a person, or would that make home life happy, when I was constantly on the M5, M6, M4, wherever it may be, commuting up and down the road, and just living out the back of my car boot, as it were. But I've managed to settle in a few places, and that's when my best form comes out. And I think with Cheltenham Town now, thankfully the manager's given me this opportunity to come here, and I'm able to still live in my house. But my family home in Bristol, and that's what I believe is one of the main factors that can get the best out of a footballer.
Yeah, you turn 31 in a month, so you'll be 31 before the start of the new season.
That's next year, next month, isn't it? Okay. Right.
For you, that's got to be, still a really good age and a peak time in your career almost.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny to say, but I feel as I've got older, I'm getting a lot stronger. I've changed things in my home life. That's going to enable me to carry on playing a few more years. So yeah, coming to this stage now, I feel like physically and I'm in a position where I know what's good for me, and I know what stimulates my mind and my body, and able to be fit and ready for the Saturdays to come. And not also just physically fit, also mentally fit, which is probably a lot more important than your physical aspect of things. So hopefully, yeah. I'm in this position now, and again, this opportunity here where I can, prove prove to people, well, not prove to people, prove to myself more so that yeah, you're still half about it, and I can still score goals and, you know, help teams win matches.
One of your former Forest Green teammates, one of your former Forest Green strike partners, to Vaughn Campbell, who's already put pen to paper on a deal here. Is that in any way influential for you, or but also with Tavon, you know, what do you know about him, and is it nice to be working with him again?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, he was another big thing. When I first had some talks with the manager, he was mentioned that he was a possible target, and it just left me a bit excited, you know, like, wow, let's try and, like, I love the vibe of the whole place and the way the manager spoke and everything, before he was even mentioned, but that just sort of, you know, put the icing on the cake, as it were, not to sound too cliche or cheesy, but when he said we're trying to get Tav on in, Tav's like been one of the most exciting players that I've sort of worked with at probably any club really, and his potential is sort of endless. I mean, he's nowhere near the finished article yet, but speaking to this manager and the gist I get and the vibe I get off him, I think he's in the best place for that sort of talent or that potential to sort of come out, and yeah, he's got everything to be a top, you know, centre forward, but we don't want to peak too early because we want to have him here for 2 years first, so we don't want him to just his progress to shoot on. We'll develop him at a moderate rate, and then hopefully, yeah, at the back end, he gets his rewards and the club will get his rewards, and we will do well, as it were. Yeah. Yeah,
absolutely. And the world of football, a lot of players know each other. Are there any other lads here at the club that you know of that you've perhaps played with before?
Yeah, I mean, I know I played with Clem before. Clem's obviously, he's one of I've not told him this, but you know, he's been one of my favourite players I've played at this level. Probably because he can't run as much, so he gets the ball and passes it, which obviously I like. He gets the ball, passes a good early passing to me, which obviously helps me because I don't have two big guys in my back. I'm able to get on the half turn and turn. So I've enjoyed playing with Clem, obviously at our time at Forest Green Rovers together. I know Tozer quite well through the game. He was a young lad at Plymouth many years ago, and we just sort of, you know, not kept in touch, as it were, but when you see him after games and things, you just have a little chat. How are you? How's your family and stuff? And yeah, I'm not too sure about the other lads. I'll have to look and research the squad later and see what everyone's about, so I know names and things. Yeah.
How did you find your time at Forest Green? Obviously, an incredibly ambitious club. They've put a lot of investment every single season into their desire to get up to what the chairman wants, the Championship. How did you find your time up the hill in Nailsworth?
Yeah, Forest Green was a good little chapter in my career. I mean, at the time, it was the right move to do. You know, I was leaving Exeter again, a club that I had an amazing time at. You know, and then the opportunity arose to join Forest Green and what they were about, and we set out to achieve staying in the Football League, which we did do. Felt I played a massive part in doing that. Fast forward into the next year. I had a really good start to the season, ended up getting in the playoffs, and it got to the stage where I wasn't featuring as much, and another opportunity arises, and then you make a decision based on what's going to be best for you and your family and your football career. And thankfully, as I've said before, the manager here has, you know, identified me as a player that he'd want to sign that I can benefit his team. I believe I can do that, which is why you know, I'm excited about getting it done now. So yeah, Forest Green was a very good, enjoyable chapter in my career, as they've all been. But you have to move on from things sometimes. Yeah.
And finally, have you had the chance to play much cricket this summer?
Actually, no. I've been on holiday for a bit of my summer, so that's been disappointing. But I've been watching the games. You know, even when I'm on holiday, my kids and my missus have been trying to get around the pool. I've been in the bar with my dad, just watching a day's worth of the World Cup. So she wasn't too happy with me. And we've even come back to England. I'm doing the same thing now. So she's not a big fan of mine right now. But yeah, playing cricket, I haven't been able to do much of it. So that's been unfortunate, but such is life.
Perfect. Thanks very much, Reuben.